Hey everyone, Zandom here again with another character creation thing for D&D Basics. Today I'm going to be doing a Paladin character. I'm going to be fleshing this one's backstory out a bit more, seeing as though I'm actually going to be using this character in an upcoming campaign that one of my friends is doing. So let's get started. So, as a Paladin, you are mostly going to want uh, charisma, because that's what's going to be your spellcasting ability score. You're going to want constitution fairly well, because you're going to be a bit of a tank. Not so much as the fighter or a barbarian is, but you're going to be pretty tough. And you can also either go after that strength or dexterity, depending on which style of fighting you want to go with. Paladins can use finesse-based weapons and be dexterity-based, like fighters, but I'm going to make this one more of a basic character and go with a strength build. Potential good races for a paladin are dragonborn, humans. Dwarves make alright paladins. They don't make the best of paladins. What else? Tieflings make pretty good paladins because they get a good charisma bonus. And half-elves make pretty good paladins as well. Those are pretty much your main races that you're going to be using if you're going to try and have like an optimized character. For the purposes of this character, I'm going to make this one a dragonborn. And I'm going to make this a silver dragonborn because my friend's pretty much running an all dragonborn campaign where we are paladins or clerics of Bahamut. Should be quite fun. As a dragonborn, I get a +2 to strength and a +1 to charisma. And like before, I'm going to be using the standard stat array of 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8. So, I'm going to put my, let's see here, I think I'll put the 15 into charisma. So that means I'll have 16 charisma. So that is a +3 to all my charisma rolls. I'll put my 14 into strength. And that +2 will give me 16 in strength. So that is a +3 for my strength rolls. I think I'll put my 13 into constitution. So that is a +1, I believe. Let me check here. Yes, that is a +1. I will put my 12 in wisdom. I'll put my 10 in dexterity and my 8 in intelligence. So that will make that a +1, a 0, and a -1. And those are some fairly good stats for a paladin. My paladin is going to be, he's not really going to think things through too much. He's pretty much just going to be the type of person who just rushes in and tries to beat the problem to death. And first level paladin. As a dragonborn, I have a movement speed of 30 feet. As first level, I have a proficiency bonus of 2. Paladins are, let's see here, their saving throws that they are proficient in are charisma and wisdom. And they get 2 of the following skills to pick from. I think I will be going with religion and let's say insight, because I think I'm going to go for the Outlander background, so that'll mean that I'll automatically have athletics proficiency and survival proficiency, so that'll make for a pretty good, well-rounded character. Alright, let's move on to those racial feats and traits. Let's see here. So, as a Dragonborn, let's see here, I have my breath weapon. My breath weapon as a silver Dragonborn is a Cone of Cold. It deals 2d6 cold damage. That's kind of redundant there. If they fail a DC, let's see, what's the difficulty class for this? 8 plus Constitution modifier plus proficiency bonus. So that means 8 plus 1 plus 2, 11, DC 11, Constitution check. If they succeed, they take 1d6. That's one of the nice things about being a Dragonborn. You pretty much have an elemental variation on Burning Hands. For example, I have a Cone of Cold right here. It is fairly easy for the enemies to avoid, but, you know, it's just fun to use, and it's fairly thematic. Alright, as a Silver Dragonborn, I have resistance to cold damage. That means that every bit of cold damage I take is halved. So that is quite useful if you're going into a more or less cold area. And unlike the half-orcs, they Dragonborn, these are the only racial traits they have. Their breath weapon and their damage resistance. Let's see here. As a Dragonborn, I know Common and Draconic. Alright. That's all of that. Now on to the Paladin traits as a first level Paladin. So, first level Paladins have Divine Sense. Let's see here. The presence of strong evil registers to me like a strong odor or while powerful good rings in my ears like heaven the music. Let's see here. Now the location of dead celestials seems oh no. It's not knowing the location, it's knowing. A 60-foot radius. So this pretty much means that everything within 60 feet of you, whenever you use this ability, you can pretty much recognize that there is an undead, there is a celestial, or there is a fiend in that area, but you don't know quite where it is or exactly. You just know that there is one in the area. Let's see here. It can also detect the presence of consecrated ground or desecrated ground. And this is usable. 1 plus your charisma modifier every long rest. So that is 1 plus 3 for this character. So I have 4 uses every long rest. As a paladin, I also know lay on hands. Let's see here. Have a healing pool equal to, let's see here, paladin level times 5. Usable every long rest. So this means that as a first level paladin, you will be able to heal up to 5 hit points every long rest. Alternatively, you can use 5 HP points to cure a disease or poison. So this can be quite useful because as a paladin you're also both a healer and a fighter for the most part. So it's pretty fun. And that's it for first level paladin features. Now let's move on to our background. My character's background will be in Outlander. I'm making my character an Outlander because I want this person to have pretty much grown up in a tribe in the wilds, wherein pretty much a tribe of Dragonborn in the wilds where they worship Bahamut and all that kind of stuff. That's what I'm going for here. Outlanders receive proficiency in athletics and survival. They receive proficiency in 1 musical instrument of your choice. Proficiency lute. So my character will know, well, I'll have him know how to play the drums. Let's see here. I also know an extra language. So what might be useful as an extra language? I'll have my character also know Elvish. That seems alright. Equipment that I get. Quarterstaff. Hunting trap. Wolf pelt. Pretty much You get a trophy from an animal you killed. I'm just going to say a wolf pelt. Simple enough. Travelers. Clothes. And a pouch of 10 gold coins. Alright. Good enough. Now let's move on to the equipment I get as a paladin. So as a paladin, you can either start off with a martial weapon and a shield, or 2 martial weapons. I'm thinking my character is mostly going to be a 2-hander, and I'm going to go for something a bit more fun. I'm going to get a glaive, so I'll pretty much have a good bit of reach, since those can attack up to 2 spaces away, not just if they're right in front of you. My second martial weapon I'll get is a long sword. That'll be my backup weapon. I'll get 5 javelins. And I can either take a priest's pack or an explorer's pack. Now, what is the benefit of those? The explorer's pack pretty much comes equipped with a lot of food, torches, some rope, and all that kind of stuff. The priest's pack, however, comes with sort of, priestly stuff. It comes with robes, incense, an alms box, and a bunch of candles. I think I'm going to go with the explorer's pack. So that will mean my character gains another 10 gold. So I will have 20 gold coins to start with. And the explorer's pack is a backpack that contains bedroll, musket, tinder box, 10 torches, 10 days rations, water skin, and 50 feet hemp rope. And I'll just have that there. Alright. So that's all of my equipment as a paladin. Let's see here. Also, I forgot to put in the proficiencies. Let's see here. Paladins have proficiencies with all armors, shields, and simple weapons, martial weapons. So as a paladin, you're proficient with all armors, shields, and all melee-based weapons. And also, I will be having chainmail and a holy symbol. So that will make for, as soon as that I have chainmail. Chainmail gives an armor class of 16 and disadvantage on stealth. Alright, let's see here. Armor class 16, quite a good starting amount. My initiative is 0. Initiative bonus is based off of dex, so I get no bonuses or additions. That is a +3 because of that. That is a +5. You get a +2 if you're proficient in it. -1 here. +1. 0. +3. Alright, now I'll work out all that I have from my skills that I'm proficient in. That would normally be a +3, but that's a +5 because I'm proficient in athletics. That would normally be a +1, but that's a +3 because I'm proficient in insight. Religion would normally be a -1, but I get a +1 because of that. And that is wisdom based, so that is a +3. Alright. Now I will just input my weapons that I have. I have my glaive, longsword, that doesn't fit. I'll just put L sword and javelin. Do I have anything else? I have quarterstaff, but I won't really be using that for fighting. Get a +5. It's +3 from strength. I'm proficient in it, so that's +2. +5. +5. Glaive is 1d10. Okay. 1d10 +3. S. S for slashing. Alright. Longsword can be used two-handed or one-handed. Since I don't have a shield or anything, I'll just make it be like I'm two-handing it always. It's also slashing. Javelin is 1d6 +3 piercing damage. Alright. And I'll just put in the quarterstaff. That is 1d8 bludgeoning damage. If I'm two-handing it, that is. So that is all of my equipment, all of that filled out. As a first level cleric, you don't know any spells quite yet. Alright. On to hit points. Hit points. Probably should have done this earlier. Let's see here. Paladins get, at first level, 10 hit points plus Constitution modifier. So that would mean that I start off with 11 hit points, which is quite a sizable amount. But you can tell from the Barbarian, which had 15 hit points, the Barbarian is a lot tankier, whereas the Paladin relies a lot more on not getting hit. Alright. So that pretty much does it for this character. You can pretty much modify the character's backstory however you like. They have a lot of good stuff in the book. If you want to make a good character, try and give them pretty much something that gives them a drive while they're adventuring, because in most campaign worlds, being an adventurer is a very odd thing, you know? So maybe his home was burned down, so he's seeking revenge, or something kind of like that. So, that's it for me. Have a nice day. Give it a like if I helped you out. Goodbye.